About sociopaths really resonated with me as a neurodivergent, and before you come through, hear me out. I researched the unwritten rules of work for the neurodivergent and working class people. I just read this book for fun. This wasn't one of my learning books, but the main takeaway here, as she goes through all of her life story so far, is that she realizes that she acts out as a sociopath because she feels this, what she describes as an internal pressure that builds over time, and to relieve the pressure she acts out in ways that are not socially acceptable. And she realizes near the end of the book, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but if you're reading it, maybe don't listen. She realizes that her apathy isn't necessarily the problem. Now, y'all, she's not like a serial unaliver here, okay? The problem where the pressure comes from wasn't from the existence of her apathy, it's from how society treated her when she didn't behave how they wanted her to. And she distinguishes that that's different from like when she does tell you she committed crimes. But that she calls like acting out. But she realized the pressure built from all the social pressure to behave a certain way. And that resonated with me because I got my book on the unwritten rules of work for neurodivergents and working class. Based on my own experience as a neurodivergent and the people that I have spoke with, researched, or just been around. It's not that we hate the experience of being autistic or ADHD. It's the bullying that comes along with those identities. And it's the trying to fit in workplaces that weren't designed for you, or even had you in mind and intentionally push you out. And it's not in ways that are always written. It is often in ways that are unwritten. And that's why, as tired as I am of writing this thing, I will see it through. So I encourage you to read Patrick's book. I thought it was good and interesting. In a different perspective, I'm not saying sociopathy is the same thing as being on the spectrum or ADHD or anything like that. But I appreciated her acknowledgement of something that a lot of people do not consider, which is social responses have consequences. She doesn't blame other people. She just had to realize that in herself, but wrote the book out of awareness, of spreading this awareness of like, hey, somebody being apathetic, but not necessarily problematic. Why do you have a problem with that? That's an important question for us to reflect on.